So, what are you looking at? I'm looking out for someone who wants to kill me. Oh, you're still on that. Oh, come on. So what? They didn't like you. What do you expect? You've always antagonized every... That's my job! Okay, well, I don't think you're gonna see anything coming from that way. Why not? Ah, not again! Oh! Ah! Okay, I get it. Ouch. Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and it's the last day of November, meaning it's the last day of our month of Femmecons. And since we spent most of the month looking at newly released Femmecons, why don't we take a look at an older one this time? This one came out as a Walmart exclusive during the 2007 movie, and it's none other than Fracture. So let's get a look at her and see how she is. Okay, so we got Fracture here in her vehicle mode. And, well, I guess we should give a little bit of background on this character. She actually is based on a character from another series of giant transforming robots called Challenge of the Gobots. And this is based on the main character, well, one of the main villains of that series, Crasher. So, she was one of the three main villains of the Renegades, her, Copter, and Psykill. And somehow Hasbro managed to get an homage out of her, like an homage of her, during the movie line, which I thought was pretty cool. So we got Fracture here, who essentially is Crasher. I mean, the bio even mentions a lot of features that Crasher had, like the seismic boots, or, seismic stomps or something like that. But this is a very nicely done car. Repaint of the Classics Mirage. Now, that's a little bit of a departure because Crasher was a different kind of race car. She was a race car, but not this type. So it's a little different, but I think it was done pretty well. The deco is exceptionally well done. You got the red in the middle with the white stripe and black. Very close to what Crasher had. Although I think Crasher was more of a black car, but this works. And, oh no, looks good. Painted hubcaps, always a good thing. You got the one on the sides and on the front. I mean, real good paint job all around, so I like it. This one was very well done. Of course, it rolls pretty good. But let's get some comparisons in. So obviously, let's start with the other versions of the mold, that being Universe Drag Strip and Classics Mirage, which was the original. You can see there is quite a difference between the three of them. Obviously, Fracture and Mirage have a little bit more in common since there's a lot more white to both of them. And Dragstrip's completely yellow, so he's a lot different. But aside from the colors, same mold, same strengths and weaknesses, and it looks really good. Any one of them do. So, I do like Fracture's deck though. And it's nice that it's different from the others, and it doesn't really look like just a palette swap. So, and the deco really does separate them. For comparison with a more modern deluxe vehicle, here's Nightbird, who is significantly smaller than Fracture here, but they scale well together. And Nightbird looks like it's a smaller car. So we got that. Again, for the more modern, let's bring out Wild Rider, or Breakneck, whatever you want to call him, who's from the Combiner Wars line. And, as far as characters go, these two go pretty well together. They're both nuts. They both love to destroy stuff. Honestly, this could be the Carnage and Shriek of Transformers. Just saying. But, yeah. And last but not least, since we had to tear Menasor apart anyway, here's the more modern Dragstrip. As you can see, Fracture is a bit shorter than Dragstrip is in this case. So, different design. But they work close enough, so. Yeah. But all in all, I do like this vehicle mode. I think it turned out pretty well. I like Fracture's deco. But let's get her into robot mode and see how she looks there. Okay, now that we got Fracture in her robot mode, she's looking pretty good. The Mirage mold does lend itself well to a female character. The slim waist, wider hips, it works. Maybe not the most perfect female character mold, but it will be effective enough. But still, I like it. Deco's pretty good. Not perfectly matching the Crasher character from the Gobot series, but again, different car, different aesthetic. A repaint can only do so much. But for what she does get right, it works very well. And now, all in all, I like the deco. I like the way it looks. I think it was a pretty good choice. And, any way we can get Gobot homages, like Classics Gobots, I think would be pretty good at this point. I know that a lot of third parties are doing them, but this was actually one of the first. So, props to Hasbro for giving it to us. So let's get a good close-up here. As you can see, the face really does a good job of referencing Crasher. You got the purple face, the dome thing around it, which is pretty good. Even some black lines around the eyes, which is perfect. They did put a Decepticon symbol on her. That kind of had to. Unfortunately, since mine's a little bit of an older one, it's a little faded. But, that's what time does. But you still got the one from the vehicle mode. A little bit of red paint in here just to help break it up. It works out fairly nicely. The black and white go pretty well, and the red's done nicely as well. They gave this one a gun because Mirage had a gun. If you watch the Gobots cartoon, she usually just shot lasers out of her fists. I don't know how she did it, but that's a Gobot thing. But this one actually has a gun, which I like. It looks good. But articulation, same as Mirage, obviously. You got a ball jointed head, you got a hinge there as well. Ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, 2 joints around the elbow. It's pretty good. A waist swivel, ball jointed hips, and the skirt pieces do move, so you can get them out of the way. Got a double joint at the knee, well, one like a almost 90 degree at the knee, and then a transformation joint to get it to go higher if you want, and a ball joint and hinge around the foot. So yeah, she's got plenty of articulation, plenty of posability. You can really have her put her foot down if you want. So yeah, that works. Now for some comparisons. Well, we'll start off where we started off before. The other Mirage mold. So here's Classics Mirage, who has the Fans Project's G3 trailer missile attached. So if you're wondering what that chrome thing is, that's what it is. And then we got Drag Strip. And as you can see, Fracture really does stand out among the three. And I think it's the red, black, and white. I think it works very well for her. And you know, I just noticed they all have red stripes on their forearms. Like Mirage has it, Drag Strip has it, and Fracture has it. So yeah, they do have one unifying feature. Pretty impressive. Next up, we'll bring in Wild Rider. And combine her board's Drag Strip, just to see how she goes with the more modern deluxes. She fits in pretty well. I mean, yeah, she goes in about the same height, so she's pretty well in scale with them. A little thinner, a little lankier, but that works. I like it. So there's that. And last but not least, I think it's time we brought in the other girls. So we'll start off with the other Femmecons from this whole thing. There's Black Arachnia, Nightbird, and Slipstream, Night Racer, and we'll throw in Flame War to bring in all the girls. Back this up a bit. I can't even see everybody. Let's get this one going. Okay. Yeah, we're good. you can see she goes pretty well with the other Femmecons. Let's go all out here. Let's add the bots too. So we got Chromia, Flare Up, Windblade. Now, I'm probably not going to have room for everybody here, but we'll try. Got RC, we'll bring in Pred RC. Hopefully, yeah, shouldn't be visible. Transmutate. Road Rage. I don't even see her. Well, sorry, it's getting hard to see them all, but okay, that didn't go too well. Not want to. There we go. Sorry about that. Didn't want to stay in. There we go. And yes, I know that's just shattered glass tracks, but it's my Road Rage. You know, same color scheme. It works. So, and let's see, we'll put in Strong Arm. Can't even be seen from there. Okay. Yeah, we'll get Strong Arm over here. Barely visible, but that's all we can do. And Energon RC. And this isn't all the Fembots and cons that they've made. Obviously, there are a few more, but this isn't the only. These are the ones I have readily available. So, yeah, that's a pretty big group of girls. So anybody who says that they don't make any female Transformers, here's proof of the opposite. So, yeah. So that'll about wrap it up for Crasher and the month of Femmecons. I really hope you've enjoyed this little marathon. And enjoy the videos here on out. Anyway, for next week, we're going back to Combiner Wars. This time we're just doing one of the Legends figures, the one I haven't gotten to yet, and that's Skywarp. So we're finishing out a set of Seekers. So please tune in next week and see how that goes. And if you've enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week. So goodbye out there, whatever you are.